Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Zina and I love makeup. I have a few things that I've ordered from e.l.f. Which I am dying to try. I've had them with me for about 2 weeks now, so I've been really good and I haven't tried them yet, so I have a first impression for you today. That put to the side because I've been busy with family and busy with other things, so I haven't had a chance to sit down and film. I finally do have a chance, so I will do that. So the items in question are an eyeshadow primer. I bought the Putty eyeshadow primer in the past, and it was pretty terrible. I heard that this one is much better, and it is cheaper as well. So I want to see how this one works. Then I got the Wow Brow because I heard so many people raving about it. It's been raved about so much here on YouTube. So I wanted to see how this one is like. Apparently it's supposed to be a dupe for the Benefit Brow Gel, which I do own a little mini of, and it's kind of finishing, so I love it. So if this one is a dupe, it will save me a lot of money, obviously. Then I got the eyeshadow stick, the No Budge eyeshadow stick in Sweet Cream. This is part of the Cookies and Dream collection. This is basically a white eyeshadow stick. The reason I got this one, if that primer doesn't work, this will definitely work as primer, and it will probably work very well with pastels as well. I do have 2 others in this formula, and I know that they just stay on all day and work quite well for me, so I could use this one as a primer if all else fails. And then I also have a buffing foundation brush. I thought I'll see what this one is like. This one I bought in the sale. On top of that, recently I bought the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette. The reason I bought this one was because I was very intrigued by the Urban Decay Wild Greens palette. So I was watching videos with the Wild Greens palette, and a lot of people were saying that it's basically the avocado toast with just less shades, since the Avocado Toast eyeshadow palette is way more affordable, and it is also a really good brand, which has a good reputation for good eyeshadows. Yeah, I jumped at the chance. This one because I do love greens, and what I particularly liked about the Urban Decay palette was the mixture between the greens and the warm tones. So this one's got those warm tones as well. Yes, of course I've used this palette since I bought it. I mostly use the shimmers and the more muted colors in here, but I really wanted to play with some of the darker ones, more of the mattes. So what I've done was a little eyeshadow palette bingo, and this is the look that I ended up creating. If you're interested in seeing all this, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm going to start with the eyeshadow primer. This is the Shadow Look Eyelid Primer, shade Sheer, which is there. And you get 3.1 ml of product in. So it feels tiny bit like a sticky primer, but it seems to be setting down. It will set down more if you apply a powder on top of it, but we will see how the eyeshadow looks on top of it. And more important, I will let you know whether my eyeshadow creased or not. That's like a major thing for me. So let's move on to the eyeshadow palette. This is the Avocado Toast from BH Cosmetics, and this is what it looks like inside. So what I've done with this, I've done like a spin the wheel number generator, kind of like an eyeshadow bingo. So I've numbered all the palettes from there to there, 1 to 16, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then so on up to 16. I will insert the video where I've done the number generator. So the numbers that were drawn were number 10, this one, and we had number 5, which is this one, number 14, which is this one, number 11 one, and number 15 this one. And that's what the swatches look like. So I'm quite pleased with those colors. I played around with the shimmers quite a bit, but with the mattes not so much. And I have 3 mattes in here to play with. I think I've only used Paprika out of these, this one there before, but I haven't used the other ones, so I'm quite keen on using these ones now. I'm going to start with the shade number 10, which is Superfood, in my crease. And I'm going to go into shade 14, which is Guac. To take a denser brush, and I'm going to go into shade 15 extra. I'm putting that all over the lid. And then I will take shade 5, Lemon Pepper, and put that in the center of my lid. See if that works. Ooh, yes. Okay, I'm going to come back to this in a little bit and use my 5th shade. First I'm going to do the rest of my face makeup. So I do have this brush that I bought in the sale from e.l.f., which is the buffing foundation brush. And I really want to try it. I could do with another foundation brush. Yeah, that's the brush there. And I'm going to use it with the wrong foundation. And I'm using shade Natural in this one. This brush so far doesn't seem to be as good as the Real Techniques buffing foundation brush that I usually use. It seems like it has absorbed a bit of product. It did blend out the foundation quite nicely, but not as quick as the other brush that I use. I think for the price is still a very decent brush, so yeah, I'll keep using it. Okay, the rest of my face makeup is done, including mascara, and now it's time to use my 5th shade, which was shade Paprika. So I'm gonna take a clean blending brush and use it on my lower lid. And I'm gonna go back to my first blending brush and go into Superfood and just blend that right under. Might have to go back and forth between the two just to create a nice blend. So now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to use the Cookies and Dream Snow Badge eyeshadow in shade Sweet Cream. So this is the white pencil that I've heard so much about. I'm just going to use this in my inner corner. Just in case you want to swatch there. Yeah, nice and white. Okay, I'm going to move on to the last item in here, which is the one that I heard so much about and everyone raving about it, which is the Wow Brow. And I got this in shade Neutral Brown. Right, this is what it looks like. That's the brush. I like the brush so far, it looks nice and thin. So let's see how I get on with it. Oh, that's nice. It doesn't apply too much product in one go. Looks like all me being silly there. Nice. I can see why people say that this is a dupe for the Benefit Brow Gel, the tinted one. Also feels like it has a little bit of a hold as well, like little fibers in it as well. I'm really liking the effect of this. Okay, so let's recap. What did we have? We had the eyeshadow primer. So far I can't see any creasing. I will let you know in the comments how this has worn, and I will try again with other eyeshadows as well. So far so good. And the foundation brush, I'm a little bit in two minds about this. I do need to use it a lot more. So far it's a decent brush. So yeah, keep trying it. The eyeshadow palette, I already have experience with this one, but like I said, I haven't used all of the matte. Now that I've used a couple more, they do seem really nice. They blend out nicely. The shimmers in here are absolutely amazing, and I'm very happy to have this eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow stick is something that I knew how it would perform, and it didn't disappoint, so far at least. And the wow brow, really wowed by this. Yeah, I can definitely see why people are singing praises. If you have any of these items yourselves, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree or do you disagree with me? What's your experience? I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful and entertaining. If you did, I would love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you like what you see on my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe as well. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!